Make a move, make it matter.
Yeah.
Forget the rest.
How y'all feeling back?
You're rocking with the best radio station on the planet. SDM Live Unplugged.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, world? What's going on, Facebook? What's going on, YouTube? My name is Casino Bailey, and I decided I've been decided a while ago, but today I decided to create a podcast show, and it's basically about Black men's lives. You know, Black Lives Matter movement has begun, and I think a lot of people are also overlooking the Black man. So, with that being said, we're gonna today's topic we're going to be talking about talking relationships, and basically talking relationships about the Black man and the Black man household, with his woman, his spouse, or his wife. And also we're going to touch on subjects about growing up, about the Black man connection with his mother, and a lot of different topics. I also have a guest host. She will be joining us soon, Tamika Walker, and she's going to chime in, and we're going to be talking about a whole lot of different things concerning the Black male in America, the Black men in America. And also, we also have a call-in number. So if during the show, if you feel free, if you want to make a comment or talk, or have a discussion about the topic or whatever like that, we would like you to call in and discuss what you think about the topic that we're talking about. The thing is, what we're doing, we're trying to reach as many people as possible, and we're trying to deal with a situation that's kind of like crippling America with Black men in particular. Black men. We're going to have different topics. Every week, we're going to have a topic about this discussion. It's going to be different guests that we'll speak with. And we're going to try to tune in on what we need to do and how we need to bridge this gap and making Black men more successful, Black men more better, Black men more greater for the women and more. So just kind of lay back and kind of understand what we're trying to do. The first topic I want to talk about, and I want to just briefly kind of like go over the scenario about the Black the Black man and a woman in a relationship. And if you do have any comments, you feel free to call in and we can talk about it. Talk about the situation. But the thing is this: we need to understand when you call in. Let's try to be respectful. And if we're going to have a conversation about this topic, just let's talk as respectful as possible, and we can kind of get through the goals that we're trying to meet, and that's it. So, all right. So the first topic I want to talk about, I want to talk about the male and the woman, the Black man and the woman. A lot of men, Black men in particular, a lot of men. And what we do in our relationships, we kind of fall back to a lot of things that we done when we grew up. I was talking to my cousin yesterday, and he was telling me about a lot of obstacles that he had in life, and a lot of things that he was going through in life, and a lot of hurt that he had, that came from those obstacles, from what he tried to accomplish in life. And a lot of people say. And a lot of people do the same thing when they repeat in a relationship. And the thing about repeating a relationship with a Black woman, hold that thought for 1 second. I got my co-host, she's chiming in now. So let me get her in for a second so we can get the topic going. Hey, co-host.
Hey, Casino.
So
I
I
had to
got
get my
my
life.
co-host in today, Miss Tamika Walker. And she's going to be talking to us about, the situation about the women versus the men. And I'll be talking about the men versus. We're going to kind of like come to a conclusion and try to get everything set up and work it out. We're going to work it out today. Can you hear me good, Tamika?
I can hear you good.
Okay, cool. All right. So the first topic, I was talking to my cousin yesterday, and he was telling me about how he all the from all his relationships, in life, that was dealing with black women. He said that most of his success, he's a very a good person that you can communicate with, and he's a very like honest person. He's always speak the truth. And he was speaking to me. He was say he had said something made sense. He said that um, his success in life would probably been more prominent now. He would probably be more successful in life now
Mm.
if he wasn't in relationships with certain women and things like that. So my thing was, what if the women that he had the relationships with, and the women that we have our relations with is to be our downfall in our business aspect. Is that good? Is that good for like a relationship? Does business and a relationship, do they go hand in hand, or is it not good to have a business and a relationship at the same time with as a black man
With your significant other? Is
with
that what you're
your
asking?
significant other, your wife, your
Well, first, like you have to know who you're dating, right? You got to know their traumas, their things that they dealt with. Like me, I was born with I got a lot of trauma. You know what I'm saying? I had just recently learned that. I just swept it under the rug about childhood things and things like that, past relationships. So first you got to kind of face that kind of stuff before you can really be successful in a relationship. People don't know that they have traumas. They just think that that's normal behavior that they're doing when they're doing like, you know, traumatizing things in relationships. So I'm not going to tell you that you can't go into business with your significant other, but you just got to know their mental, their heart condition.
right,
And it doesn't matter if it's what race it is, you still got to know their what they suffer with. Everybody suffer with something.
right.
So I'm not going to just say like, oh, I'm not going to go into business with my spouse or my significant other.
Now, okay. So now let's say this then. Okay, like you said a lot of people, don't understand how people can go through trauma as growing up, as far as the women, the black women, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
But I think that same aspect goes for the black men as well. A lot of people don't know the trauma black men go through, and for me being a
But y'all
black
don't talk
man,
about it a lot either. Y'all
yeah, and
hold that y'all hold that in a lot,
man,
and
man,
direct that kind of off on your significant other. And we're not like, and y'all take us as the enemy sometime. And we're not trying to be the enemy. We're
and
really
I
trying to
understand
help
that.
y'all. And
I understand.
when we come from households that's say with a mother only, and we don't know how to really love a man kind of thing or respect him in a way that he would need to be respected because
Right,
nobody's taught us that.
right. I understand. And that's real, and that's real, that's facts. I think that a lot of men, like you say, don't share the things that trauma that they've been through in life. Trauma comes from a lot of different things. A lot of men that I spoke with and dealt with in my life, like friends and stuff like that, um, the trauma that we dealt with, or a lot of different elements growing up in the neighborhoods that we grew up in, dealing with the oppression, dealing with a lot of women don't understand how much pressure do a black men have on him growing up as opposed to a white one. I mean,
Hmm.
as opposed to a black woman. We have a lot of pressure on us just from day one. I mean, from everything from like jobs to child support. It's like a lot of different things that we're pressured with off go. Like we don't have no chance. The whole thing was to kill us first and then conquer the woman. Kill the black man first and then conquer the woman. And a lot of women, when we go in a relationship with women, they don't understand a whole lot of stuff that we've been through in our life. And when you talk to them, sometimes when you talk to them about that, some people take it as, okay, well, you'll be cool, you'll be all right. But what if you've been through a lot of stuff in your life as a black man and you really never got help for that? You never had counseling for it. You never talked to anybody about it. It's just a lot of stuff. I mean, I've known a few black men that I've known that grew up got raped and everything, never said nothing about it, never, really voiced that, had somebody to talk to, had somebody to communicate with that. But when they did talk to somebody, it was like, to me, they felt like they were shamed about it. So they really never talked or spoke about situations like that in their life. And then it comes out to be, when you have a relationship, it comes, a lot of stuff comes off in a relationship and just goes on and on and on. The thing that I'm trying to do is try to come up with a solution to try to bridge the gap between a relationship, the woman and the man, and communicating with respectfully, and understanding how to communicate. A lot of black men, a lot of black women don't know how to communicate with each other.
Right.
They argue, they fuss, they
Yep.
fight, and at the end of the day, it's like a battle. It's like,
That's what they seen though. That's what we see. That's what we see in mostly in all of our households, arguing, fighting, or belittling one another. So therefore, that's what we do. We think that's a normal characteristic that we supposed to do. I'm supposed to jump in your face and say something smart to you when I feel disrespected by you.
And that's that to me that's like, like,
Where
that's
you
crazy.
go? Oh, there you go.
I'm sorry. To me, that's like crazy. Like, like for us to be battling each other. I mean, there's so much stuff going on in the world for people, black men and black women, to be battling in a relationship. Who gonna wear the pants? Like, wake up. People fighting over who gonna wear the pants today. But I think a lot of it comes
That's
with
because
this.
we don't have God in our homes and stuff like that. Then you will know who wears what. I've been a woman who thought I'm always supposed to wear the pants in battle. You know what I'm saying? Not like on purpose. It's just that's what takes place. That's what I've
Mm,
seen. That's what I've seen from my daddy. I've seen that from my mom. Always
mm,
fighting. So therefore, I had to reevaluate myself in my relationship to better us. Somebody got to take some steps back. You know what I'm saying? To check themselves to help the other one. And most of us, we say, okay, we got God in our lives because we praying. But that just because you say a prayer and you're not walking the walk that God wants you to walk, then you really just praying.
wow, wow. And that's real. So basically, you think that God, a lot of relationships has took God out of the relationships, and that's why we're battling how we're battling
I mean,
now.
we're still gonna battle because we're human. We're still gonna have our altercations.
Disagreements.
But I mean, even like me, I've been married 8 years, been with my husband 10. We set our vows in with God, but somewhere in there we lost God first. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie about that. We lost God first. And we had to take some steps back. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, hey, we said vows with God and each other, not just each other. We can't do this alone. And a lot of marriages, that's how they fall apart because they don't have God. And we think as a woman, I can take care of myself. I ain't got to listen to him. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. But what are you really don't want to listen to?
Right.
Because if
Right.
you married him, that's like you married him to be your head, right? So you chose him to be the head of you. So
Move
why
your
not
move
listen
your
to him?
sorry, move your camera over just a little bit. So
I don't know what's going on. You messed me up. I was, I, you done
there
made
you
me.
go.
Am I in there? I don't feel like I'm in
So
there.
so come back in the shot now.
Oh, this
There you
way.
go. Yeah. Okay.
So that's like, it says God is the head, then man, then woman. Sometimes we get our place confusing because we
Mm,
haven't seen the place of where we supposed to be, or putting a
right.
man first. And you think when you saying I'm gonna be submissive, I got to do everything he's saying. But really, that's not what submissive means. You're just following the leads. You hoping you're marrying somebody who's not gonna give you the wrong advice, that's not gonna lead you down the stray. But
Right.
if you're
Right.
stepping away from putting God first, then y'all already down the stray.
Mm,
And I have been that woman, and I had to take a step back, like, hey, we lost God somewhere here.
yeah.
Let me get to praying, and not say I'm praying that he changes, or God, do you see him? Because that's how we all start praying. God, you see him? You see what he doing? But I gotta say, hey, something must be going on with me. Let me check me. God, show me, help me.
Right.
And then once you get yourself together, he your companion. He's gonna follow. He's gonna either follow or not.
Right. And I think that's powerful what you just said, because I think that too. Like, I'm I'm speaking for myself. When I talk, I want to always speak in my perspective.
Hmm.
I don't think that I'm a saint. You know what I'm saying? I have several flaws. I make plenty. I actually am improving at a lot of things that I'm doing. My main mistake is my main thing that I'm working with now about myself is working on my communication, like
Hmm.
learning how to communicate, not in rage, not in
Hmm.
anger. I have a
Hmm.
thing with, I guess, I don't know, I guess when you get like a zero tolerance, when you get to a point where you be like, come on, man, enough is enough. You kind
Hmm.
of like go from 0 to 100 real fast.
Hmm.
I'm learning how, as a black man, I'm learning how to tone that down. I need to tone it down and get my point across without having to shout. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I think because I've been through so many different relationships with those type of problems, with not having a clear understanding, not having God, no center. God is not in the center of a relationship, and that's destined for failure. So my thing is that I'm learning how to pray about certain things before I even speak about it now. Just just
Hmm.
just pray about it first and then speak on the situation. Because what you said something that was a key factor. How big, how what is we arguing about? What is the relationship? Why it's so deep? Why is so much so hurt going on? What is the big deal? Like it can't be like now I can understand if a guy is pounding on you, beating you, socking you, choking you up every day. You know what I'm saying? That's on a whole nother level. That's domestic abuse. But if you have a conversation with your significant other and y'all have an argument about, say, a reality show, that's a disagreement. And people take an argument and a disagreement and put them in the same bowl, mix it up, and call it a divorce.
But if you don't know how to do that, like my husband told me, he told me this a couple of years ago. He said, my mouth is treacherous. And I never paid no attention to that because I know I can cut somebody's whole head off with some words.
I heard you cut somebody head off on the phone.
You know what I'm saying? And when I'm arguing with him, I'm not trying to do that with him. I'm like, it's like we're having an argument and I step away that he's my husband at that moment. I'm
Right.
like, we having a whole battle, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm,
I just put all, whatever I'm gonna say it. And I had to learn, like, I can't just give him all that,
right.
not knowing that it's bothering him. Like he wasn't raised like me. So we raised in a house that you call each other mother uckers and stuff like that. My mama done call me bees. So when I say that to him, I'm just having an argument with him and saying, hey, I'm just arguing. He like, no, you're calling me out my name. I'm like, but why you mad about it? So it's a name. We have an argument. He like, no, we have to learn how to argue without calling
Without
each
that,
other.
without
But
that.
if that's how you grew up in your home from a
Mhm.
child, and you never pay no attention, somebody got to bring it to your attention. If nobody brings it to your attention, how you know what you're doing is wrong?
Mm.
Somebody got to bring something to your attention. I've been in relationships before, and yeah, I might have cussed them out. They be like, oh, I don't like how you talk to me, but I didn't care enough to even try to fix it. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
now when he says, hey, I don't like how you talk to me, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Why? What's wrong with that? That's how I talk. You know what I'm saying? And it can't be always like that's who you are. Some point you're gonna have to change who you are. Not for
Right.
that person, but to better yourself.
Right. And that's why I'm where I'm at now on my journey. I started this show because I've always told myself I was going. Well, a lot of people just always been inboxing me, calling me like, "Hey, look, you should start a show, about different topics." Because when I talk to people, we kind of go deep. Me and you, Tamika, we always just go deep. I'll call you. We used to go
Hmm.
deep on certain topics. And I told myself, I said, I woke up today. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and start the show today. I feel like I have some words of that I can encourage people with. I have, and also it can help me as well on my
Hmm.
journey of what I'm trying to do, my self help. So I told myself, I said, you know what, I'm gonna start this show, and I want to go in on a lot of things that what we black men deal with. We deal with,
Hmm.
like everything's from relationships to the day to day life to just walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like as y'all see, like the whole course of last year, a black man can just walk down the street and get shot by a police officer. So it's like a lot of people don't understand like the dynamics of everything that we go through on a daily basis as a black man, not just the relationship.
Hmm.
The relationship is what's supposed to keep the black man whole. If you have a relationship, the relationship first is supposed to be with God, and then with your significant other, be it your wife or your spouse.
But if
And
nobody knows that order like that, they can't give you that.
can't give you that.
If they
Yeah,
don't know that, hey, it's God, it's a man than a woman. I mean, yeah, we know it, but to walk it, it's different.
right.
You know what I'm saying? To say I'm gonna put my husband first or I'm gonna put my wife first. People don't know that because we selfish.
Mm,
We care more about our own feelings than the other person. That's why we be in a battle. I care about how he made me feel, not how I made him feel.
right, right.
I'm here to win this argument and fight, not
And
knowing
that's
that I'm
crazy.
destroying it. But
That's
that ain't what
crazy.
you're thinking. That's just how we are act. That's how we act. Not knowing that I'm really destroying him in the process of things that I'm saying to him, or he's destroying me. Because all we know is that we're arguing. So I'm gonna go
Right,
as low as I want to defend myself.
right. And like and that's correct. I think a lot of black women think that. They think that I'm going to win this fight. I don't want him to win because I don't want him to see that I'm weak and vulnerable. To me, I don't know about no other black man, but to me, I don't think of a person as being weak and vulnerable. I think of people in me of if I don't win an argument or win a fight or whatever like that, I think I'm learning. I'm learning something. You
But
know,
you got to learn that though. You got to know that to win an argument is probably to shut my mouth. To win an argument, you know what I'm saying? To make my relationship matter or survive, I got to shut my mouth. I got to be silent. You got to learn
yeah,
that. We got a lot of mouth as women. Our mamas got a lot of mouth, and some men got a lot of mouth too. We got to learn when to bow out. Hey, yep,
the
I quit.
now, now do you think also with I think women with the influence of others,
Yes.
I think that also hinders the
What that say?
relationship too. Because
Corrupt
men, we are
behavior.
strong. I can't, another man can't tell me your woman's sleeping around, yada, 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 yada. Another man can't come into my life and tell me, and I feel some type of emotional way, and I start cussing at my woman because of what another man told me. Women in particular, it's the opposite. Your woman, your friend come tell you, yeah, your man sleeping around, yada, yada, yada. Before you convict it, before you even have a discussion with your
Bad
significant other.
company corrupts good character.
Say it one more time.
Bad company corrupts good character.
And most of the time that's what the case is. It's always the person that's communicating with with your spouse or with your wife is
Hmm.
giving bad advice.
That's why sometimes we as women have to reevaluate our friends. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, they and our family members, things we tell them, yeah, they want the best for us. But how do they know what's the best for us? They don't
Period.
know. They're looking on the outside of something, or I'm telling them my side of the story. It's three parts to that story: your side, my side, and the truth, because that's the middle. You know what I'm
Period.
saying? So they gonna always take my side. But if you had a real friend, they're gonna say, "Girl, get yourself together, shut your mouth, and go on over there, because that's a good man or whatever." But
A
most
real
time,
friend would tell you that. A real friend will give you that advice. And a real friend will also take a step further. A real friend will also reach out and be like, hey, listen, would you mind if I can communicate? Because sometimes it takes another person to
mhm,
intervene, like a shrink, like you're talking to a
yeah,
psych. It takes another person to intervene to kind of see how, weigh out both sides. Kind of like, hey, listen, can I come over and have, dinner with you and your husband? We kind of talk and I can kind of go share some experiences with my past relationship that probably could help you with your relationship. We don't get this in black. We don't get this in black with the black men. We get F him, he ain't
yeah.
ish, yada,
And
yada, yada,
I
yada.
have had
They,
friends
they,
like that,
they,
and I
they, they,
removed them.
they,
And
they criticize you before they even talk to you, had a conversation. They ain't even, listen, I done been in relationships. I ain't even have no conversation with nobody. Nobody. A couple of weeks ago was the first time that I even had a conversation with my wife about my wife with one of her family members that reached out and called me about some things. And I was like, that's crazy that a person had to get to the last of the last for a person had to reach out and talk to you and discuss to you about somebody that they love. If this person that you love, if it's your wife, your significant other, your girlfriend, if they love that person, why wouldn't they talk to you if she loves you? That's something that we need to start talking about. We need to communicate with. If your father, if that's the person that you worship, you love him, whatever like that, why your father not reaching out to another man talking? It's not, that's what I'm saying. There's no communication because everybody in they ways, and it's like the first thing a person tell them, they believe it, like it's go. You can't just take everything for the grain of salt and be like, okay, well, it's this person's fault that the relationship, this person has a track record or whatever like that. How do you know my track record when you never been in my life? You never been in my life.
Sometimes you got to tell your friend, you can't tell your friends or your family member everything.
Right.
And you got to pick and choose who you like. I probably talk to one person about anything, but they got to have to be on the same mentality as me. So if I want to be if I'm trying to work on my marriage and I want to be in my marriage, then I want somebody around me who sees the same in their marriage. They're going to be like, oh, we fighting to the end.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Me talking to single women who like, oh, I wouldn't stand up for that. I wouldn't take that. We all done said that before. But until you into something, you don't really know what you'll take. But I don't want friends around me who always co-sign me. Because I'm already thinking a certain kind of way about my husband or my significant other at that moment. I want you to come in there and diffuse my thoughts and help me diffuse my thoughts. I don't want you to always be like, girl, leave him. He ain't blah, blah, blah. Because then I don't need you in my life because I'm already thinking that.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking that. We already think the negative. So I need somebody to come in there like, yeah, he getting on your nerves. Your vows mean something. Your vows mean more than just between you and him. And that's the thing that people who married, we don't really understand. We say vows. People say vows. People go to Vegas and say vows. They meet somebody today and they made it so easy for people to get divorced and all that. So vows don't mean what they supposed to mean. That's why you want to be around people who, when you say your vows, they vows mean the same to you as to you and your spouse. Like if I tell my friend something, hey, my husband getting on my nerves, I don't know. She's like, shut your mouth. Go back over there.
Right. Correct.
Because she's diffusing my own bad thoughts that I'm having. But if I go to the other girl over here, she's like, girl, you can do better than him anyway. Da, 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 da. You know how he is. But I'm already thinking that.
So
I had to learn that though.
Helping me out. Right.
Yeah, but I had to learn that. I had friends that I talked to that I don't even talk to no more. Because I told them I want to work on my marriage, my family, and my spirituality. I ain't heard from them since. That means you never was my friend.
That means exactly. That means that they know they can control or conquer your destiny. See, one thing about God, he makes, and that's you, Tamika, and I see that you're a strong woman. That's why I wanted you on the show. One thing about God, he knows your destiny. And your destiny with your husband is really powerful. Y'all together is a rock that can't be moved. One thing about the devil will come and try to get in between that rock and sever that rock because he know with you and him, he can't get through that. But with one of y'all, he can probably punish that. He can probably get and penetrate that.
And we've been there too. We've been through some things too. But I was like, I'm always a runner. I'm like, dude, sayonara, I don't need you, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, nope, you're going to do things a little different here, girl. You're going to do it a little different. You're going to move some people out your life who'll be all in your ears, co-signing your dumbness. And that's what you got to do. And then now I'm like, and we don't know how to really, truly pray for people. I've been to church too. They teach you like, you're praying, but you really have to really like give yourself to God really to make things happen in your marriage. Because marriage is two imperfect people trying to be one. And both of us is flawed.
Man, I'm super flawed. I'm
we
super
all flawed.
Nobody's
not perfect.
And I'm the first to admit it, like, you know what I'm saying, like from childhood trauma, and it's just like
that weighs a whole lot. People have, like me, I got a bunch of that could be a whole nother show. But
we're gonna talk about that next time.
I done swept all of that under the rug. And one time my sister even said, why you don't never talk about it? I was like, girl, that's so embarrassing. That is embarrassing.
That's what we all say. It's embarrassing.
That means I'm walking around with it in me.
Right.
And then when this guy come over, this girl come over, you gonna get the wrath of what I'm carrying because it gotta come out.
So let me ask you this then. Do you think sometimes a relationship don't work because like one person has like fully understand the trauma that they've been through and ready, it's been coming out, and the other person has don't want to release that because of embarrassment, do you think sometimes relationships don't work because of that?
Because somebody's saying I got trauma and the other person said I'm not.
One person understands the trauma that they've been
Help
through,
them.
and they're
Everybody don't get it when you get it. It may take you may get it now,
yeah,
but they need a minute. They may need you to help them.
yeah.
They may need
Listen,
that to pull that out of you.
listen. My relationship pulled that out of me on some everything. My relationship, with my wife, pulled that out of me to where I talked about it. This year, no, I'm sorry. Last year was the first year I've ever in my life, talked to a psychiatrist. And that was like the most best thing that happened to me in the world, talking to somebody about it. Talking to somebody what I've
black
been
people
through.
don't think we supposed to go talk to a psychiatrist.
Nah.
We embarrassed. We ain't gonna talk. We like, oh, they're gonna give us some medicine. Some of us need medicine.
You know what? You know what's so crazy though? You know what even made me talk to him? And I kind of feel embarrassed by even saying that. What made me talk to a psychiatrist was when I turned on TV and I was watching I think TMZ, and it was one of the celebrities, probably what is his name? Common. Common was talking about how he came out and he was talking to a psychiatrist, and I'm like, damn, Common. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I kind of like, and then I sent another brother come, saying about seeing a psychiatrist, Charlemagne. So I was like, damn, I'm slipping. I need to stop being stubborn about this thing, and I need to go, talk to somebody about the trauma that I've been through in life. And so when I did that, man, it just really like made my soul feel so relief from the things that I was able to discuss with somebody, that's not putting your polarizing your business. Because you know how sometimes you talk to black people about your personal stuff and they put it on social media. You know what I'm saying? They polarize it. Everybody in the world know about your stuff. So I said, okay, well, let me talk to somebody that don't know me from Adam and Eve and see if I can express that to them. So now me expressing that through her, and talking to her, like, every couple of weeks, I'm able now to talk about that through the world and tell the world through different topics and different things that I've been through in my life. And it makes me it's actually making me self-healing for me, because it was things that I had bottled up. And I think a lot of black men has a lot of things bottled up that they don't even talk about. They don't want to talk about it because they figure like it's going to mess up their character or something like that. But it's just the opposite. It's going to help you along the road, and it's going to also help you be better with different people, socializing with different people, communicating with different people. I was a person, I never said nothing, I never talked, I always work, and I don't say nothing. I see something but don't say nothing. But it started eating me up when I started seeing certain things and I don't say anything about it. It just started eating me like, man, I gotta say something. So now that's why I'm getting where I'm at now, as far as I need to tone it down as far as how I express it, because sometimes I come across of being aggressive.
I'm labeled as too aggressive.
Yeah, I'm the man to admit it. I'd be aggressive with these certain things, and I don't want to come off to be aggressive. So I'm working on that now. I want to be able to communicate and get my word across without being, told that I'm aggressive about communicating.
So my friend told me this one day. She said, take away your position as the husband and a wife with your spouse. That's your friend, right? That's your friend first. So when you see your friend struggling with something, you're not going to leave your friend, right? You're not going to just turn your back on your friend. You're going to try to help your friend. That's still your spouse, but before that y'all were friends first, right? You're there to see about your spouse. You're there to see about your husband, your wife. You're the only one, you and God, right? So once you realize to take the I out of something and say, hey, I got to see about my friend because something is wrong with my friend. Why my friend acting like that? Then you'll see things a little differently. Because when you keep on like, that's my husband, that's my wife, you put it in a different category and you like, oh, they're not supposed to be treating me like this. They're not supposed to do this to me or anything like that. Right. But if you see about him as your friend first, then you'll move different. And we all get caught up in our own emotions behind stuff or whatever, but that's your friend first. So if you see your friend over here struggling, you're going to go help them. If your friends see you struggling, you're going to go help them. That's why my friend's aunt told me it was like called joy. Jehovah, others, and yourself. Jehovah's God. Then that's how you move. You put God first, you put others second, then yourself. And then it'll line up. Because now you're putting God, your friend, then you.
That's real talk right there. That's real talk. And that's what, I guess I got to work on that, in that
We all got to
regimen.
work on that. We all got to work on that. I be in my selfish mode like, dude. But I say, that's my friend. Something
Mhm.
wrong with him. Something wrong with him, making him act like that. Something he got to see something's wrong with me. And we all go through things in our marriages. You know what I'm saying? So don't think when you're going through something, you might be like, oh, this is not normal. It's probably 20 other people dealing with the same thing you're dealing. They're just not broadcasting it. And
Yeah.
that's the problem, because everybody see a picture of a snapshot of other relationships on social media and they're like, oh, they so happy. They this, they that, they this. They probably miserable too.
Yeah, people go through things and people don't understand that, like going through things on a daily basis, like going through, people dealing with depression, people dealing with anxiety. Like we in an epidemic right now. Like, it's being in the house, locked up in the house most of the time, together, sometimes, you can kind of get on each other's nerves. But sometimes you got to kind of evaluate your circumstance, like
Hmm.
evaluate the circumstance with the person. Stop, stop and stop thinking in your feelings.
Yeah,
Start
but that's our problem.
evaluating.
Our heart is treacherous, right? And then when we put the heart in what our mind is already thinking, we gonna go crazy. Because
Yeah, like,
our mind and our heart will kill us.
see, and that's the thing about black men. We not we'll love you to death. We'll love you to the end. And we're not in a situation where we have to express our feelings every time we watching a movie. Every time, you know, it's like a lot of different things that's going on. You know, we at a place now where we want to be able to communicate and talk about things that matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have an argument about something that's on Love and Hip Hop. I don't want to argue. I don't want to have these frivolous conversations that doesn't matter and doesn't make sense to what we're trying to do. I want to have a conversation on something that's going to make us a better people. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like
how
I said,
you know that person is not
me,
trying
I'm
to
working
use?
on myself. I've caused pain. I've caused hurt. I'm the
Mhm.
first one to admit it. I'm not about to say I'm no saint out here in these streets, but I'm a work in progress. And now I understand my position. I understand that I need to learn how to communicate. I understand I need to know how to talk to my black women. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm having this show today. That's what the topic is about, talking relationships. And then I'm just trying to get to a better place. And I'm just trying to understand, if a person can talk to me and we can have a sit down conversation, general, like how we're doing now, the sky's the limit. And
But
I
it's
think
different. We have, our relationship is different, right? So we can talk, and I tell you casino, blah blah blah, and you may receive it. We don't have the intimacy over there, that the heart and the mind that's all over the place, right? We don't
right,
have that going on. So we can kick it. I can be like, casino, you wrong, da 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 da. You can say, Tamika, you wrong. But with your spouse, all you see is, that's my spouse, they shouldn't do this to me. You never see, a man want to be respected and a woman want to be loved. We get our roles confused sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And if we don't know how to respect you, show us. Y'all don't know how to love us, so we try to show y'all. But everybody want to fight, because everybody want to be the leader. I don't have a problem bowing down and bowing out. But if I'm trying to show you how to love me, how I know how to be loved, do it. If you're trying to show me how to respect you, but we got to do it together.
so let me ask you.
It's a tug and war game in relationships.
Now, what you just said, what you said, that's really important. You just said showing you how to be loved,
Right.
showing you how to be
Now how
loved.
you want to love me. That's the problem we all have. I want
Right,
to love you how I want to love you, instead of loving you how you want to be loved.
right,
But I got to take some steps back to do that. We all want to love, but I got to love you how you want to. Your love, and you might want to love and always buy me something. That ain't how I want to be loved.
right.
I might want you to come in the house and give me a kiss and a hug, and I'm happy for the day. Don't come buy me no Louis Vuitton shoe. That didn't make me feel love. I
Right.
appreciate it.
Right. You want women. So what you're saying, women affection is more loving, caring, hugging, kissing,
It depends.
those
You
type
gotta
of
learn.
things.
You gotta learn what your. But women want to be loved. Women want to be loved. We want to communicate. Y'all want to be respected, right? So
Right.
sometimes the
That's
lines
all
get,
I want.
but the lines get crossed because if I don't know how to respect you because nobody taught me, you're gonna get what I got until you show me different.
Mm.
If I'm not right, if
That,
I ain't never know,
that.
nobody ain't never taught me how to treat no man. So you get what I give you until you show me. No, I don't like that. Oh, I'm like, okay, well, my mama did that. It seemed like
Mm.
it worked a little while. So now you got to show me how to respect you because I don't know how.
Right.
Truthfully, I know what I think, but I don't know how you want me to respect you, and I don't know how to give it to you because nobody showed me. I mean, if I could be in the house with my brothers, they're different. You know what I'm saying? But to be in a relationship with a man, if I don't know how to respect you because I never seen it, you're gonna get what I know how to give you. And
Mm.
it's your job as my husband to guide me, to help me. If you don't know how to love me as my husband because you haven't been loved right by your mama, then I gotta show you.
Not. If you're showing me right,
Hmm.
and if I'm doing as much as I can to complete what you're trying to show me about how to love you. If I'm doing as much as I can, but it's like you fight me.
I
You
will.
fight me.
I'm
You fight
mad.
me. What's the solution for that? Because that's what I need to know. What's the
I
solution for
may
that?
fight you because I'm a little scared. Like, dang, I never, even though I want you to love me like this, nobody ever loved me like this.
Why
So
y'all
now you're
scared of that? That's the topic. Why y'all scared of that? Why y'all scared of? I know
I'm
y'all
not
been through relationships with men and dog y'all, slapped y'all, whatever, pissed on y'all, whatever. But when a man come in your life and he really truly loving you, and you tell him that what you just said,
hmm
like I'm scared to let somebody love me like that.
yes.
Why you not giving us? Why you not giving me my fair chance? You don't let these guys do all this crazy stuff to you,
Because I
but
got all
now,
that back, because I got all that on my shoulder. All that baggage is right here. I got all that I'm carrying into this new thing with you. So therefore I'm carrying it. So yeah, I'm showing you how to love me, but then I'm still carrying some other baggage too that kind of gets confusing at times.
when you gonna let it go?
Help me. When you going and you got to let yours go too. So we got to help
You're
each
right.
other,
You're
right?
right.
Because you bringing it too. You bringing stuff into this relationship. I'm bringing stuff into this relationship. When are we gonna help each other? Because
Facts.
all we now you're focusing on how I'm making you feel.
Right.
Selfish, and
Right.
I'm focused on what you're not doing, what he's not doing.
Facts.
So it's we still again being selfish.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So that's really that makes me look at things a whole lot different right now. You know.
You got to take away your own feelings because we know we really emotional people, and once you do things out of love and sometimes you may not get it back and
Right.
understand that and swallow that sometimes like I got to do this. I love him or her and I'm going to do this because I love him or her. And nobody ain't never gave them what I'm trying to give them, and when I'm a prayer, God help me, help me, help me, then you do it. Yeah, you're going to be in your feelings. You might be crying some days like I don't want to do this with this dude. I don't want to do this with this girl, but this ain't about you.
Mm.
Cuz the marriage ain't just about you.
That's the commitment that you made with God. You know.
But we don't remember that sometimes. We said
Right.
some vows. We had a great old party. We was good for 2 years. And then we like, you get on my nerves. I don't even like you. Look how you look. Everything is a problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, where that come from? Like, not. I mean,
Because
like,
things in life happens. Things
you turn.
change. And
We
we
turn
and
the
we didn't
relationship around to that. We turn the
because
relationship around a point. Now we point. Now every day you point out my flaw. Like every day, it's a different flaw that you point out. Like, wait a minute. Like it's the
because
police in
life
here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want. We
things in
can't
life
do that with
happen.
each other. We know the flaws. We know each other flaws. Now let's get to the solution. Let's get to let me help you help. Like
So when
what you
somebody call out your flaws, what are you doing? When they say, "Oh, casino, blah blah blah," are you going? Are you immediately on defense, taking
I,
offense to what they're saying, or are you like, "Oh, why you think that?"
being
Because
honest,
most
I
of
gotta
us
be
are on the
100%
all
honest.
of us are offensive. We
I'm
like
being
what?
100% honest. I do take offense to certain things. 100% honest. But for the most, I'm open. I'm open for change. I want to change. I want to be a
But
better
once you done
man.
got
I saw
offended
all
to
my
some
I
things,
saw all my I got look, I all my uncles and stuff like that. No role models in my life. Had none. None. I'll be the first one to tell you I had no person that came and guided me, from my father to my uncles to my friends. Had no black role models in my life to tell me what's right, what's wrong, this is what you should do, this is how you should treat a woman. Had none of that in my life. I had to learn all this from watching Good Times and all this crazy shit. You feel what I'm saying? So
like the most of us probably.
exactly. So my thing is that, like, I know I'm like the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's bullshit, because I'm an old dog and you can teach me new tricks because I'm willing to understand. I'm willing to accept it. I'm willing
Are you
to.
easy? Or do you think you're that easy to deal with?
I'm easy to deal with.
To you, you're easy to deal with.
I'm
To
easy to
you,
deal with.
to Casino, but to your wife, do you think? Because I don't think I'm easy to deal with. I mean, now I'm trying to calm it down, but I ain't
I
easy to
swear.
deal
I
with.
swear.
I'm a monster,
Tamika.
truthfully.
I swear, Tamika.
But that's to you. You what you
I'm
think?
easy
You
to
think?
deal with. You can look.
Ask her.
You can
Ask her.
listen. You can do so many things to me to where I'm like I said, I'm like I would let a lot of stuff happen to me. I'm a Taurus. So a Taurus can be like, you take us down to the hell and come back and we still riding with you. So you can do a lot of stuff, punishment to me, and I still take it. But it comes to a point where it's like enough is enough. Then you be like, everything from that point on, it'd be like aggressive. Because now I'm like, come on, now you playing with my emotions, because I've opened up to you.
Mhm.
And since I've opened up to you, now you're using that to penetrate me every time. You're using that as my weak spot. You're using that as the go-to when I'm socializing, we're talking and communicating. You're using that leverage. And you don't supposed to use that leverage for that. You're supposed to use that leverage to understand how hurt I was, vice versa. I was supposed to use
So
that
before
leverage.
the I do's and all of that stuff, what did you do to get past what y'all got through? Why can't that be applied? And that, not just saying that for you, for all of us.
Right.
What did you do when you were dating and you were so in love and you were so, that's what you got to try to rekindle back. What was you doing when you were so in love dating? Like, oh, I want you to be my wife. I want to be your husband. Where's those things at? Because now we're here. It's a whole bunch of distraction here, life. But how do we get that back? Because when y'all were dating, y'all probably had some of the same problems, right? We all
Right.
have. We had some of the same problems. Now we're married. Satan in here because he trying it. So
Right.
everything is put to the magnitude of, I can't, oh, I hate that. I can't stand it. Oh, did anything, right? So what are you gonna do to get that back?
The first thing I did was, well, what I think I fell off at, I kind of like, God kind of like fell out of the situation.
Get
And
that
when
back in there.
God
Then
fell out
get
my
that back in there.
relationship, God fell out my relationship fell apart. I swear to God, that's
So
the
you already
honest
know
to
what
God
to
truth.
do. You know what to do then, right?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm doing now. Man. I talked to a pastor yesterday. Like I said, I'm going back to the root of things. Like I
Stay
fell
on
off
social
as a
media, put your
man.
business on social media too.
Yeah, that
I'm
too.
talking to
That
you.
too.
I'm
Me, I
talking to
know.
you.
Listen, that's what. Look, I'm gonna start calling you Mama Mika, because Mama Mika be getting me together for real, for real. She'll call me like, boy, if you don't get that, you know what I'm saying? Thank you.
Because that's how Satan works, right? So you
Yeah.
don't put your business on social media,
Right.
expose your whole wife and you when you're her protection,
Right.
right? Nobody else should be able to go through that space, but you allowed it.
Right.
Or when you put your bit, not just you, anybody who put their marriage or on social media about, oh, we're getting a D word or whatever. Now you have wrote that out. So now you got to revamp your life because you have spoke it now, right? You wrote it.
Right.
So now you got to try to change with that whole concept again.
Right.
But you can't put your marriage on social media. Okay, y'all going through something. Y'all not the only ones. We all are struggling in our marriages somehow, some kind of way, right?
Right.
But you're gonna have to get you some people that supports y'all, helps y'all. Single girls, no. I had them, so I don't talk to them like that because they always got an opinion. Shut
Right.
up. I wouldn't have dealt with that. You ain't even married. How you know what you're gonna deal with? Because
Period.
marriage is not for the weak.
So what I did, Tamika, because like I say, I'm a man of action. I'm
Hmm.
a man of understanding. I'm a man that I got to be more responsible.
Hmm.
While you was just talking to me and you just cussed me out, about putting my business on social media, I just
Hmm.
erased that shit. You right.
You put something on there? I said I be trying not to be on there that
Gone.
much no more.
It's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
What
To
you
put
put
it
on
like
there?
that. But see,
You,
like how I'm communicating with you and how we talking as a black woman and a black man.
we
You
ain't
telling
together
me
though.
real talk. You telling me
But we
real
ain't,
talk, and that's
because
what
I don't
we
have no
have.
emotion here. I'm your friend. I don't have any emotion here. My husband, I'd probably be like,
Hold up, Tamika. Did we
I don't
get you?
know what's
Okay.
going
Here you
on
go.
here.
We got you. I said it again.
It's like if my husband say something to me, I'm probably gonna give him a different reaction, right? If how
Right.
me and you're talking. But that's when I go back to say, he's my friend. He should be able to say something to me without me being offended. And everything is not about him, about me. He could be going through something, and I'm gonna be his target because I'm the closest thing to him. He's gonna be my target because he's the closest thing to me. But everything I'm not gonna take offense to. Some things I'm just like, oh, okay, okay. Marriage is not for you. Marriage is it's not for the weak. We struggle every
Yeah.
day.
Mm, mm, mm,
Sometimes
mm.
you got to take 10 steps back. People don't know
Yep.
that. I didn't know that either. Man, my husband had to take a whole bunch of steps back to not because we was in a space. But somebody got to help us. He didn't know what to do. I said, "Oh, let me go to God here. Let me change my surroundings here. I'm not single, so I can't move singly. If that's not even a word, singly, but I can't move like I'm single. I'm married. So therefore I gotta put married people who value the same thing as me, which is married. We gonna stay married regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have to separate for a minute. Oh, okay. That's the most devastating thing ever. But in the time of that, I'm gonna get myself together to get myself together. Because I'm getting me together, gets him together. You getting yourself together, gets her together. You the
And I like
head.
it. And I like y'all. Like, we had went on a boat ride with y'all before, and years ago. And I just like y'all chemistry. Y'all good people, man. And like, you and your husband, y'all always been, and that's what we need. We need that type of chemistry going with us black men. Like, we need to be strong for our black women. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I think I put on for my girl, but I really don't think like I think it's the opposite. Like, I don't think that my girl put on for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think a ride or die for me. I'm a ride or die.
But see,
I'm
now
a
you
ride or
don't
die
put a
all the way to
perception
the
on
end.
you don't put a perception over her. You don't know. You don't know she just because she don't ride and die like you, don't mean she's not a ride or dyer. My husband ain't a ride or dyer like me. That don't mean he ain't a rider for me. Just because we do two different things, don't mean he ain't got my back. Cause he know I will slap somebody for him. Don't even care. He ain't gonna do that. He gonna try to talk it out.
I think
I'm
you
gonna
did. I think you done slapped people.
I will fight them. And I'm this tall. I will go and fight them. He know he be
Well,
like, babe,
I'm the same way. I'm the
but
same
that
way.
don't
You
mean
know what I'm saying?
he not my rider because he don't act crazy like me. He rides a different way than me. I'm a 0 to 100. He might 1 to 99 because I don't have that in the middle. I'm trying to get it.
Yeah, your husband real calm. He real smooth
Yes.
and calm.
He,
Like,
sometimes I'll be like, you want me to handle it? He'd be like, no. He know because it's no middle. Hey, I'm 0 right now. You know, when I go over it, I'm being 100. But
right.
that does not mean just because I'm gonna slap a person or I cuss people out or whatever. Don't mean or I'm gonna do fight or I'm gonna pay this bill for him. Not that don't mean he not the same thing for me. It's just
Right.
we do it differently. So
Yeah.
don't put that's a negative perception you just put out for her. She a
Yeah.
writer. She just do it differently.
Yeah. Well, I'm like I said, I'm the type of person and I think black men should like, just make sure that you protect your significant other. Like, I'm just like real territorial protective. Like, I want to protect, everything about you from your image to, people just, coming in the circle. You
But
know what
what
I'm
is
saying? But
protecting an image to you? Because protecting an image is mean a lot. Do you think you do that? Are
I
you
think
doing that
I
now?
think I did. I did on some real
Okay.
stuff. I think I did. I think I kind of fell off because I feel like when you putting on for so much for a person and you feel like that just gave up on you, you kind of like give up, like just like let it go.
So then
And
you
on
tarnish
some
their
real stuff,
image.
I think I just let it go because I feel like damn, I can put as much. I mean, I can go through everything that I've done, and you will say like, well, damn, you do put on. But when a person not extending
Put
that
on, not I'm not
reach,
you put on like I'm not talking about like financially. I'm not talking about material stuff.
no, I'm talking
Putting
about
on.
I'm talking about heart. I'm talking about everything. Like take
You know, the
stuff.
first year, the first 5 years is the hardest years of your marriage. That first year, people be like, "Oh, y'all in honeymoon stage." That ain't here.
People don't like to see. Listen, people don't like to see good people. People don't like to see people prosper. People don't like to see people happy. People don't like.
You get
People
from away
love
from
to
those
see when
kind of
you're
get
miserable. When
get
you're
away
going
from
on
those kind of
social
people.
media and doing
Get
all
away
that
from
good,
those people.
they like to
Get
see that shit. They
get
don't
away
want to
from
see no pictures of y'all hugged up together. Nothing. They don't want
so
to see that.
so then you go through your social media. Whoever you feel that's not like that for y'all, they gotta go. Delete, because I don't need you around me. If you're not here to encourage and help us build our marriage and we help y'all on y'all, what are you here for, friend?
Mm.
Because I don't need nobody here who gonna be in the back. Girl, leave him alone. Bye, girl. If I feel that you on my social media and you got something negative to say about my husband, but I don't post my husband that much. You don't even see me posting on social media like that anyway no more. But if I see that, you will be removed.
Mm.
Because me and him is one, not me and you, girl. We got a vow over here with God, not me and you.
Mm.
So when you come for my husband or to be your wife, you're gonna be destroyed. I'm the only one gonna come for him. You don't leave. That's how you should feel and she should feel. When you put that stuff on social media, you let all of us be able to go for her. I love her, so I ain't going for her. I call her on the phone too if I need to. But when you put that on, you let everybody be able to go for her, regardless of their own opinion.
Right.
And that's what you felt. She shouldn't be exposed to that.
Right. All right.
Because I would
Well.
have choked you. Let me call her, girl, choke him. You pregnant now, don't even do nothing. You want me to take care of him?
Well, I appreciate you calling in to today's show. We got to wrap it up, but listen, hey man, we gonna come back. We're gonna try to get you back on the show with the next topic because you go in for real.
I just got a Bible study, so I'm on fire right now with some Bible folks.
So, and that's what I'm about to do now. I'm about to get my prayer in and get my exercise in. I started that. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to do something different. Black man, we just trying to do something different right now. So check this out. Thanks for tuning in, callers and viewers. Thanks for listening to Real Black Men Matters. We're going to have a discussion next week. We'll let you know. And we're going to send a post out to everybody that was tuning in. And we really appreciate it. And we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Make a move, make it matter.
Yeah. Forget the rest.
How y'all feeling?
You're rocking with the best radio station on the planet, SDM.